The 11th of November, 1918. The world erupts in celebration as the armistice is signed, ending the Great War. But for 5,000 American soldiers, the fighting was not over. They were the American North Russia Expeditionary Force, nicknamed the Polar Bears, sent to the frozen port of Archangel as part of a vague Allied intervention. They found themselves fighting a brutal war against the Bolsheviks in the Russian Civil War, months after peace had been declared. This is the story of that forgotten war, told in a letter from a young soldier from Michigan, a polar bear trapped in the Arctic winter.
The 20th of December, 1918. Dear Dad, I hope this letter finds you, and that you and the family are well. I imagine you are all celebrating now that the war with the Germans is over. It must be a relief. We heard the news of the armistice a month ago, and we cheered right alongside the rest of the world, thinking we'd be on a boat home by Christmas. It is nearly Christmas now, and we are not home. We are somewhere south of a place called Archangel, in Russia. I don't think I can spell the name of the village we are in. It's just a few wooden huts buried in snow. Dad, I don't understand this war. It is not the war we were trained to fight. Our enemy is not the Kaiser. They are Russians, who call themselves Bolsheviks. They look just like the villagers, which makes it hard to know who is who. We fight in a silent, endless forest of pine and birch. The snow is so deep it comes up to your waist, and it makes no sound when you walk. The only noise is the wind and the crack of a rifle from somewhere in the trees. It is a terrifying, lonely kind of fighting. But the cold is the real enemy. I thought I knew cold growing up in Michigan. I was wrong. This is a different kind of cold. It is a living thing. It freezes the oil in our rifles. It turns our breath into clouds of ice that hang in the air. We wear so many layers of clothes we can barely move, and still, we are never warm. We huddle around small stoves in our huts, but the moment you step away, the cold bites at you again. At night, the sky is sometimes filled with strange, shimmering green lights. The aurora. It is beautiful, but it is a cold beauty. It feels like the beauty of another world, a world not meant for men. We don't talk about patriotism here. We don't talk about making the world safe for democracy. We talk about home, about hot food, about the smell of the Ford factory, about a baseball game on a warm summer afternoon. We talk about a world that makes sense. This place does not make sense. The war's over. Why are we still here, fighting a people we have no quarrel with, for a cause no one has explained to us? The newspapers we get are weeks old. They speak of parades in Paris and London. It feels like the whole world has forgotten us. It is as if we have fallen off the edge of the map into this white, frozen nightmare. The other day on patrol, we found an old wooden church, an Orthodox church, in the middle of the forest. Its onion-shaped dome was covered in a thick blanket of snow. It was completely silent. It felt ancient, holy. We stood there for a long time, just looking at it. It was a reminder that people have lived and died and prayed in this hard land for 1,000 years. And we are just ghosts, passing through, unwelcome and unknown. I don't know when I will be home. No one knows. Please, tell Mom not to worry. Tell her I am strong. But tell her I miss her cooking more than words can say. Write to me when you can. A letter from home is the only warmth we have here. It is the only proof that the world we left behind is still real. Your loving son, Thomas.
The polar bears would continue to fight in the brutal Russian winter until they were finally withdrawn in June of 19, more than 7 months after the Great War had ended. They suffered more than 200 casualties in a confusing, undeclared war with no clear objective. Their story became a strange, forgotten chapter in American history. The letters of men like Thomas Stewart are a poignant reminder of their sacrifice, a testament to the bewilderment and endurance of the soldiers who were sent to fight America's first war against communism, a frozen postscript to the war that was meant to end all wars.